Hi everyone, welcome to Object Oriented Programming class. Today we will see about the topic Features of Java language. Please use the headphone for better audio quality. The Java was invented by James Gosling at Sun Microsystem in the year 1995. The Java is mainly developed for internet applications. Features of Java are as follows: simple, object oriented, platform independent, secure, robust, architecture neutral, compilation interpretation, high performance, multi-threaded, distributed, and dynamic features. So let us see the features one by one. So first one is simple language. Java is a simple language. Java is very easy to learn and its syntax is simple and easy to understand. Java has removed the complicated features such as pointers. All of you know that in C language one of the toughest topic is pointers, but Java does not support the pointer concept. So another one important feature in Java is automatic garbage collection is available in Java. It collects the unused object in the program. For example, you are writing some Java program. That program contains 3 or 4 objects. So first initially you are using the 1 or 2 objects. After that you are not using that object, means that objects are removed from the memory. Actually objects occupies a RAM memory. Once it is not used means its memory may be deallocated. That means its memory may be free. Then next one is the next feature is object oriented. Java supports object oriented concepts such as classes, objects, data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Then third one, platform independent. So Java is a platform independent language. So platform independent means in the same Java program can run on any OS. That's the function. Java compiler converts a source file into bytecode. This bytecode is a platform independent code because it can run on multiple platforms such as Windows, Linux, Mac OS, etc. That means it means write once, run anywhere. That means same bytecode can run on any OS such as Windows, Linux, and Mac. Is called as a software based platform independent. Actually, the platform independent can be classified into 2 types. One is hardware based platform independent. Second one is software based platform independent. The Java is a software based platform independent because the bytecode is a software. Then third one, next feature is secure. Java is a more secure language. So see the figure. The figure shows the 2 application. The one application is C++ application, another application is Java application. In C or C++, program uses the runtime environment of operating system, but in Java is secured because the Java program runs inside the JVM, not inside the OS. So that's why the Java is a more secure language. The next one, robust. Robust means it's a very strong feature. Some of the features are very strong. Java uses a strong memory management. Strong memory management means, for example, in C language, all of you know that if you want to declare any array variable, int a of 5, that means array variable of size. Array variable of size equal to 5. A of 5 means the index position starting from 0 to 4 or 1 to 5. But in the C language, it accepts both the combination. Either the user uses the 0 to 4 also accepted, and either user uses the index position 1 to 5 also accepted. That means there is no memory management. But in Java, once you declare the variable is array variable, means the same array variable int a of 5 means the index accepts only 0 to 4 only, not accepting the 1 to 5. That means it's a strong memory management in Java. Then another one feature, Java supports exception handling and type checking mechanism. So exception handling, what is meant by exception handling means exception handling is nothing but a runtime error. During the execution of the program, if any errors comes means the Java throw that error and execute the remaining statement in the program. That is called the exception handling. Just I will give one example. That is no exception example. For example, suppose we are going to develop one division operation. Division operation means I am giving the one input 25 by y. So 25 divided by 5 equal to 5. For example, for this statement there is no error. So 25 divided by 5 equal to answer is 5. There is no exception. Suppose I give the another one input 25 divided by 0. 25 divided by 0 means the any value divided by 0 is the answer is infinite. Infinite means automatically the exception will be thrown. In Java, that exception is divide by 0 error. So automatically the same situation arises in C language means automatically the application will be closed. But in Java, it throw the exception and execute the remaining statement in the execution. That is called as the exception handling. The next one is type checking. TC means type checking. Type checking is the process of analyzing a program to ensure that the types of the expression are consistent or not. That means it analyze the expressions are consistent or not consistent. For example, I am considering one statement int a. Int a is an integer variable. Then next I have to write the statement a equal to 10 plus 5.5. So a only accept the integer input. But here a equal to 10 plus 5.5. But 10 is also integer, no problem. The next value is 5.5 is a double input. That means that value is not accommodated in the variable a. So it indicates a strong error message. It indicates it through the exception. That's why Java is a very strong language, that is robust language, supporting features are exception handling and type checking and strong memory management. The next features, architecture neutral. In C programming, int data type occupies 2 bytes of memory for 32-bit architecture and 4 bytes of memory for 64-bit architecture. In Java, int data types occupies 4 bytes of memory for both 32 and 64-bit architecture. That means Java is architecture neutral. Example, the size of the primitive data types is fixed in all the architecture. But in C language, that is size of the data type vary from the architecture to architecture. But in Java, size of the data type is fixed for all the architecture. That's why it is called as the architectural neutral. The next one, compilation and interpretation. Usually a computer program is compiled or interpreted. Some languages use the compiler, some languages use the interpreter, but Java support both. The Java compiler converts a Java program into bytecode, and JVM will interpret the bytecode into machine code and then execute. That means Java support both the compiler and the interpreter. That's why it's called as a compilation and interpretation. The next one is high performance. Java is an interpreter language, so it will be slower than the compiled language like C and C++. So normally comparing to the C and C++, Java takes more time for executing the program. In order to avoid this, the one more feature is introduced, that is called as just-in-time compiler. But Java enables the high performance with the use of just-in-time compiler. In Java, the JIT compiler is enabled by default. The JIT compiler compiles the bytecode of the method into machine code, compiling it just in time to run. That's why the Java is a high performance language. Multi-threaded. So what is meant by multi-thread? First of all, you should know what is meant by thread. Thread is like a separate program. Multi-thread means, first we have to read the names. Multi-thread. So a thread means one thread. Dual thread means two thread. Multi-thread means it contains minimum of 3 or maximum of n threads. So multi-thread contains multiple programs and executing concurrently. Normally, programs are executed in two manners. One is parallel execution or concurrent execution. What is meant by parallel execution? Suppose you are having the desktop or laptop. Your desktop or laptop contains more than one processor. That means, for example, you are having the two processor. Now you are having the two tasks. So you are having the two processor and the two tasks. Each task assigned to one processor. Then processor 1 execute the task 1, processor 2 execute the task 2. Then both the processors are executed parallel. This sequence is called as the parallel execution. What is meant by the concurrent execution means, now we have the two tasks. We have to complete the two tasks, but we are having the only one processor. So for example, we have the two tasks, task 1 and task 2. For example, processor 1 execute the task 1 for some time and jump to the task 2 for some time. This concept is called as a concurrent execution. Parallel execution means we are in need of more than one processor. Concurrent execution means multiple tasks managed by the single processor. Here multi-thread contains multiple programs and executing them concurrently. The main advantages of the multi-threading is that it does not occupy the memory for each thread. It shares the common memory area. That's why multi-thread means it increases the speed of the program. It increases the execution. That means it increases the speed of the program and reduces the time complexity of the program. Then multi-threads are important for web applications and multimedias. Multi-threads mainly used for the web applications or multimedia. So all of you working in the internet at the same times you are working on the more than one windows. That concept is only supported by using the concept of multi-thread. In distributed, Java is a distributed because it enables user to create the distributed applications in Java. Actually, distributed means distributed you can access the machine from remote places. That is called as a distributed. That is RMI, remote method invocation, and EJP, enterprise Java pins, are used for creating the distributed applications in Java. This feature accesses the files by calling the methods from any machine on the internet. This feature is called as distributed. That means you can access the files from anywhere in the internet. That is called as a Java also supported the distributed features also. The last one is dynamic. Java is a dynamic language. It supports a dynamic loading of classes. It means classes are loaded on demand. It also supports the functions from its native languages, that is C and C++. It also supports the functions from the C and C++ languages also. So finally, we have concluded that Java was invented by James Gosling in the year 1995, mainly developed for internet application. The features of Java are simple, object-oriented, platform-independent, secure, robust, architectural neutral, compilation and interpretation, high performance, multi-threaded, distributed, dynamic. So thanks for watching. Thank you.